Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. We are hearing a report right now that is making the rounds on social media that there is this Oba right there in Ile-Ife, that the Oba is a senior Oba. They call him Pagbenga. Yes, so Pagbenga. They said this man will act as though he is the one Oba that loved the Ooni of Ife more than anything in the world. The one Oba that would fight for the Ooni of Ife. The one Oba that will protect the Ooni of Ife. The one Oba that will stand by. In fact, the man, anything that concerns the Ooni of Ife, the man is always there. The good, the bad, the ugly, the man is always supporting the Ooni of Ife. Remember when the worshippers of Obatala, they went to go and I think they had issues with the Muslim. Even when people were trying to be rational to understand what brought about that issue so that it will not escalate, Benga was supporting, like the guy is always supporting the royal household. That even Paropo would believe that this guy would do anything for the royal household, like everybody. When Queen Naomi was in the palace, the guy was always, Papa was always praying for Queen Naomi, protecting Queen Naomi, doing everything. When Queen Naomi left that first time, remember that when she left with Tadenikawo's pregnancy, there was a time she left, as it is alleged, that Kabiyesi sent some elders to go and beg for her to return, for her return. Hence, they got that name Tadenikawo. They said that Pagbenga was one of those obas that went to go and beg for her return. This man has always been an ardent supporter of the royal family, as we are hearing, allegedly. Right now, they say Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, like they almost fainted when they heard what happened. That at night, around 11 p.m. at night, Pagbenga drove into the palace. And Pagbenga drove into the palace with his son, one other man who is also an elder man also in the palace. And when he drove into the palace, at that time, they allow him in because sometimes Oni will call his kingsmen. He wants to see them, especially when there is an emergency meeting. Now, they allow the man in, but the man went straight to meet with Iyamifa, okay? And left the next, as in left after like 2 hours, okay? And when he left, people had thought that he went to see the Ooni of Ife. Then later, in fact, nobody would have known except if Iyamifa had said it. It was later they found out that Pagbenga did not even go to see the Ooni of Ife. His mission in the palace of the Ooni of Ife that night wasn't even to see or to meet with the Ooni of Ife, that his mission was to meet with Iyamifa. They said he came with his son. He came with 1 carton of hot kai cognac, the foreign, those type that they used to pour on all of those their things and all of that. They said he came with that and came with a goat to come and beg Iyamifa. Why is he begging Iyamifa? He's begging Iyamifa to stop exposing people. And if Iyamifa, no matter what Iyamifa does, Iyamifa should never ever mention his name. That he has a good relationship with the family of Ooni of Ife. As a matter of fact, he was even sounding it as a note of warning to Iyamifa that no matter what she says, nobody will believe her because the royal family is his family. They love him and they know that he has always had the good of the royal family at heart. And so it's not about what he says, it's what she says. It's about his word, that is Pagbenga's word over Iyamifa's word. And they said that nobody realized what Pagbenga came to the palace to do that night until Pagbenga had gone. It was the next morning they found out what he came to the palace to do. They said when Iyamifa, usually the next morning, Iyamifa will come, Ooni of Ife will finish. When he's ready to go, Iyamifa will give him briefing because all the meetings, the fights, everything takes place at night, okay? Draining all of this negative energy, putting them inside bottle and all of that. They continue to cleanse the palace before the coming of Olori Naomi. the other time, Iyamifa told Olori, the Ooni of Ife, that yes, so that she has all those is it Igbere or Egbere? They have locked all of them out of the palace. They won't come back again. They have drained them into a bottle. The bottle is tightly squeezed and kept the bottle where they will see it. I think before she goes, she'll go and throw all of those things away, or card them the way she would want to discard them. You know, they know all of these, they are traditional things. So now they said the next morning when Iyamifa came to brief Ooni of Ife again, that next morning, that was when Iyamifa came with the news that Pa Benga was there at night. Yeah, the things that Pa Benga said and all of that. They say Kabiyesi called Queen Naomi, that all of them, they almost fainted. That this is a person that Kabiyesi is eating with and dining with. This is a person that Kabiyesi trusts, like one of his most trusted allies in the palace. Yes, so that he's also been a part of this. Now, I said, there is nothing, and God is exposing them every day, day by day, as we are hearing, as it is alleged, as it is rumored, as it is reported. God is exposing them day by day. God is showing them that, yes, so he is indeed God, that nobody can stand in the way of his daughter and go away with it. God has really, really exposed all of these people, because there is no way anybody would have believed that these kinds of things can be happening in the palace, where it's almost as if you cannot trust anyone around you. What is bringing this fight? They were all okay until Queen Naomi came. The reason why it is like this is because Queen Naomi is the daughter of Zion. Light and darkness can have nothing to do in common. So they feel like that place is their territory. Queen Naomi should go out of that territory. And once Queen Naomi goes out of the territory, Queen Naomi is going to be okay. But as long as Queen Naomi decides that she wants to remain in that territory, there's always going to be trouble. And that is what is going on. It's not a small something. No. They say Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, that Queen Naomi cried, though, that she could not believe it, that Pa Benga is part of all of this conspiracy at the end of the day. This is what we are hearing, that is a... But Benga happens to be that one person that will go to Paropo every day. And they said he will go to Paropo. He will tell Paropo how to deal with these Oloris, how to carry them on. But then again, there is also even the tendency that from the very beginning, he was fine. No? But since we have a situation where Oloris are always going and giving them money and all of that, maybe he was at some point bought with money. Who knows if that's the situation. But we heard that right now, he's one of those people who have been working against Olori Naomi, working against the Ooni of Ife, working against everything that they believe in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And that is exactly what is going on right now in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And everybody is wondering why, of all people, Pa Benga will be part of this conspiracy. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.